Oh. Okay. Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Another one regarding so,
Got it.
and we were just, so I can look
Yeah.
at it. It's back on the top. Of it, so it was
Okay.
like really.
Is that all I need to know?
Oh, really? They've actually contacted me. Nice. Yeah, they've been great.
Oh,
I found it.
Yeah, they've been great.
They moved it to host tools.
They go there next year,
Okay,
like right after Thanksgiving.
thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.
I found it. They moved it to this host tools area here.
Oh.
It's locked. And we're on YouTube.
YouTube road trip, so I don't rely on it. But we had to cancel twice. Because I got my, I see, like, insurance pays on it. Eventually, so I just kept buying lights up to get. That's why you were like, you're not getting any or probably. Forward. So I was gonna get. There's 29 inches open.
Right.
Contract.
Will building on to say.
We're live.
Evening.
Yes.
Yeah, because Calvin told me Joe told him he gets to keep it. But clearly that's not the answer if you're willing to take it. Thank you, that would be fantastic, because he never sent out any information on how to get it back. So I'm
I
guessing.
don't, oh, they said they did. I don't remember who said what. And I gave all my stuff back. Oh, I think Dwayne had sent something. She maybe wouldn't get it.
Well, yeah, I got that for school, but there was no way to get Cal to get it to somebody in the high school.
Cause I brought, Matthias had like three. Does he only have it one?
Yeah, that's
Matthias
it.
said, okay, I'm gonna. Matthias makes some stuff from that.
If you would be able to connect it to the shed person, that would be. Thank you.
Because yeah, I brought my stuff all into Tristan. Figure it out for you.
Thank you so much.
We still need.
Okay.
That.
Like it's still flooding? Oh, so you're in the ceiling?
So we. Three. Session.
Okay,
So. Her stuff.
okay, when Dan gonna be here?
Want to
Okay.
check?
Great, well, we'll be here on the board meeting.
Right to the edge, I'm like. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Good, and I'm looking, I'm like, so I told Carrie by the time she come up, when I saw her again down the hallway.
John's coming late, he's underwater. in the
Underwater.
elementary.
Oh,
And like,
No,
oh,
the
the
urinal
urinal
is continually running.
sewage.
Continuous.
So
And
they
it doesn't have
have
the.
Down
thing able
there.
to switch,
Yeah,
there's
and
nothing
there's
there.
water in the drain and shut off valve. Dan's on his way, water keeps empty. There's 2 to 3 inches of this.
Does it send, made it to the hallway?
Just when we thought things were getting better down there. Oh, how does that work? We're gonna not have school tomorrow, but sewage?
I would assume they can.
And is it in the office? Where
No,
is
it's in the
it back?
bathroom, but I think it's still contained to the bathroom, I'm not sure. They just have to get it, and it's only one bathroom, so they just need to get it shut off and cleaned up, and it would be fine, even if we had to not use that bathroom.
But
Alright,
it's not actually.
No.
It's just the water.
Leaking.
Continuous.
It's a urinal.
Okay, okay.
Good.
Well, I don't know if we had like, yeah.
alright. 501, everyone ready to go?
Sure.
Alright. It is 5:01 and I'm calling this regular school board meeting for Monday, March 23rd, 2026 to order. At this time, I ask everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. You may be seated. At this time, I am looking for a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Corey, seconded by Polly. Any discussion? There is an item in here in regards to the hiring of the baseball coach or assistant coach. And there are some questions that have come up in regards to it. It was not covered during the committee of the whole last week. And there's been a request that it be moved to the closed part of the session for discussion. It would become item D under the closed session.
That's fine with me.
And I'm looking for a motion to approve the amendment to the agenda.
Oh. Second.
We have a motion by Kelly, seconded by Corey. All those in favor of approving the amendment to the agenda, say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right. All those in favor of the now amended agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Agenda is to be amended. Did you get that, Lisa? Okay, thank you.
I did.
All right, on to accepting donations. Unfortunately, Becky Strabel, who's with More for Kids, is not able to attend tonight. So I just want to go over some of these donations. The first, letter A, the purchasing of the Vex from Vex Robotics is actually not a donation. Moms for Kids has purchased that robot and is lending it to the robotics department for their use, but they retain the ownership of it. So just to clarify on that one, so we don't have to accept that. But it's still a very awesome thing, and I think we all appreciate it. Item B, 235, was for the library. This was for, if I read it correctly, what was required beyond what was donated by the Lions Club for the Scholastic Book Fair purchases for the children, or the students, I mean. And then part C, we have two donations actually under here. One is for $1,408.50. That's for library supplies, which includes a couple of towers and 8 beanbag chairs. And then another donation for $1,239.98. And that was to go for books and supplies, not only for the book fair, but some other supplies for teachers in the elementary and middle school. And some of that money was also given to them by the Lions towards the book fair as well.
I'll make a motion to accept donations from More for Kids for items A, B, and C.
Motion by Corey, seconded by Kelly to accept all those very generous donations from More for Kids. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Yeah, again, huge thank you to More for Kids and all they've done for our district and continue to do is awesome and much appreciated. On to D, monthly donation for Community Supporting Teachers Group.
This month's winner for the community supporting teachers donation is Becky Wickland. And she has won a gift certificate donated by Diamond Valley Construction and Mike and Amy Jones. So thank you very much. Thanks.
You. Amy Jones, awesome. Well, congratulations, Becky Wickland, and that's awesome. Much appreciated. The Diamond Valley and Amy Jones, and thank you all for helping support our educators. Moving on.
We don't need a motion for that one, right?
No. Moving on, public comment. Is anyone here for public comment this evening? Okay. Next item is the treasurer's report.
There are no changes from the of the whole. We have 1,718,97 at the end of February. Short-term debt has been paid off, also our referendum debt payments.
As we'll say at the committee of the whole, it's great to see that we're strongly in the black. Hopefully we'll continue that for a little bit longer here. As an addition to the treasurer's report, we had a constituent from the district who sent a letter to the district wanting to know exactly how much had been taken out for the playground, roof and boiler repairs, and how much they were used or what remained of them, and what it was possibly costing the average taxpayer or taxpayers per year on it. So we decided it was good information for the public to have, so we wanted to make sure to include it in here. Because we do talk about how much is left in those budgets pretty regularly, but for those that have questions about them, they could see it here.
So that was sent to that individual as well?
Correct.
Thank you.
And it's also been included in the frequently asked questions under the referendum as well.
Okay.
Make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Second.
Motion by Katie, seconded by Corey. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? On to the next part. President's report and correspondence. I kind of stole some thunder last time, so I'll try not to do that this time. But this could be my last possibility of having this moment in time. So I just want to say that I hope the board continues to move forward into the future, continuing to do things better for the district, that everyone, the district admin, the board, that we don't let the familiarity of fear rob us of future fortune. Unfortunately, we've gotten into the years of, we keep doing the same things over and over again. We keep plugging along like we always have, and we can do better. But it involves people not being afraid to do it. And I hope you all can embrace that and continue forward. Try to look beyond your own possible agendas and really focus on what's going to be best for the students and the district as a whole. And it's been a huge honor, and I really appreciate being the president of this board for as long as I have been. Moving on, reports from the superintendent.
Yeah, I've been talking a little bit about this at some of our meetings, and I just wanted to share the entire letter with you, because I've just been talking about little pieces of it. And, you know, it's the most complete information I have at this time about the lawsuit that's been filed. And since I was talking about it, I just wanted to share in detail the information that I had at this point in time. So I want you guys to see what I had been given, or if you haven't seen this, I just want to make sure you had an opportunity to look it through.
Mhm.
And then the other one was the military piece there about wanting to become a school connecting military children. And the letter, the email that came from Representative Tucker. I talked to John, we both kind of looked into this, and there's an August 31st application deadline for DPI for this. So we're kind of looking into it and kind of investigating some of the variables involved in it. And I think it might be good for our school district if we have, you know, children. And I know John and I have children, military, but we're not sure exactly how that impacts many of our parents and that. But I mean, it's something to look into. Since I did receive it from him, I thought maybe it'd be worth looking into. So I have reached out to DPI. I have talked to one of the representatives there. And she basically told me to go on and look through some of the criteria, and then if you feel like we can apply up. So I'll keep you up to date as where I'm at on that, but I'd like to maybe continue pursuing this. John, I don't know if you want to comment on this at all.
The only thing is that I want to comment is Dr. Shetler did talk to DPI. It does say deadline April 3rd, but that was some other part of it.
Yeah,
So
no,
the
so,
whole big thing is until August, but I know when you guys look at this, you're gonna see deadline April 3rd, but that's not the deadline that they gave us.
no, there's a list. There's 3
So,
deadlines.
just so we're all on the same page.
Yeah, the application itself is August 3rd. So,
Right, so I thought I had to have it done by April 3rd too, and I was kind of nervous.
no, that's not.
It's not due until August.
Are they gaining any traction with the lawsuit?
I really don't know much other than this letter. And so what'll happen is typically I get these updates and I share them with you guys all the time, good
Mhm.
stuff. So if I get something else.
Okay.
I'll share, and they haven't talked about it other than just mentioning it and mentioning this at the state meetings that they have. So I don't know what kind of traction it will have, but I mean, I don't know if I haven't seen anything like this quite some time, if ever. So I don't know.
Realistically, it appears that it's years down the line.
Yeah, it's gonna take
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
The fact that they filed it, I just don't know that, I've never heard of this being done before, I don't think.
It feels like a
Correct me if I'm wrong.
publicity piece to just
I
get
agree.
more public aware of the situation.
Yeah, so. Anyway, I just was sharing the information that comes to me, I'll share it with you, and then if there's
Appreciate
anything
it.
further, I'll bring it.
Thank you, Kevin. Anyone have anything else in this? For Kevin? No? Moving on, reports, principal, Mrs. Herman.
State testing season is starting. Started last week. We had grades 9 through 11, or 9 through 10, 9 and 10 do pre-ACT, and grade 11 did ACT. It went really smooth thanks to Jamie's forward planning and organization of the day. We were able to get everyone tested. Forward exam began today with grades 3 through 5 and grade 8. And grade 6, 7 will begin next week, and we hope to have all of our testing complete with all makeups by the second week of April. Grades pre-K 2 are also doing state testing, which is the Ames web testing, and that happens over the next couple weeks. I wanted to give a shout out to not only just all staff for their flexibility, because it gets a little crazy with schedules and everything. But also to Rindy in the kitchen for helping us out with snacks and everything for the kids. And Brandon Olson, our tech coordinator, for making sure everything was spot on and ready to go, so. It's made everything run pretty smooth this round.
How do the students seem to be reacting to the testing this time around?
I thought everything went really well last week. I
Yeah,
felt like they
really.
were engaged in the process.
Well, and McNally said it was the best group of testing for ACT that she thinks she's ever had. So, very slow.
It's good to hear. I know testing is always one of those where some people fear them, and you know, it's good when they're comfortable and feel like they're gonna potentially do well, so. Anything for Mrs. Herman in regard to state assessments? Ms. Campbell?
We have some exciting events coming up in the near future. To highlight some, the College and Career Fair Expo is gonna happen Tuesday, April 7th from 1:30 to 2:45. That's in the big gym. We have over 20 colleges and businesses that are coming to share with our students. Helps them kind of find out about options for their futures, so that's always good. Our Hope Squad is gonna be hosting a self-care carnival in the afternoon for middle and high school. So basically, they'll have 2 different afternoons that they're working out dates for now. And students will be able to sign up for 2 or 3 different sessions that will be run by different staff members, just to help incorporate self-care into their daily lives. And wellness, things like that. And then tomorrow, March 24th, is the northern part of the Upper St. Croix Valley Music Association large group contest that's gonna be happening here. This involves 7th and 8th grade middle school band and choir, and then high school band and choir. We have other schools that are gonna be joining us here in the afternoon, so Grantsburg, Webster, and Frederick. They will be performing in front of 3 judges. Band will be using the high school gym, choir will be in the auditorium. It's a great opportunity for students and also for the teachers. It allows them to work with teachers from other schools. And then even some that have retired and can learn new things. People are welcome to attend, but this is a high level performance. And so it will be interesting to try and keep distractions minimal on that side of the building while this is going on. So we're rerouting some traffic and things like that. Displacing some kids in the afternoon, but that is all planned well, so that should be exciting. And then prom is coming up on Saturday, April 25th over at Sasha Eats.
What grades did you say the College and Career Fair? Well, what grades do?
Well, I mean, it's primarily focused on 9 through 12, but we typically have all of our middle schoolers running through there at some point too.
Okay,
The band thing tomorrow is just high school, or is that middle school?
Middle school and high school.
So, okay, middle school.
And in.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Lots of stuff going on. Hopefully some kids learn about some opportunities. These colleges and businesses are gonna be present. And yeah. Large group sounds like it's gonna be exciting. I know it usually is. My kids are always excited about it, so. Anyone have anything else for Ms. Campbell? All right. Special Education Director, evaluations update.
Yeah, we're busy doing reevals. We have 7 reevals at the elementary, 1 at the middle school, high school level that we're working on right now. 7 new referrals in progress. A couple of those are parent referrals. The rest are coming out of our RTI process and our last data day based on student achievement in the classroom as well as their progress on the Fastbridge state or district assessment. And I have 2 notifications out of birth to 3 with potential referrals coming this summer. So we're keeping busy.
So that could be potentially 9, or is that 2 part of the 7?
Pardon me?
So that could be potentially.
Could be potentially
9.
9.
Okay,
The 7 new referrals we have in progress, I think our last meeting is gonna be the first week in June. So if we get the birth to 3 referrals, it'll be the end of May or into June before we get those.
and with graduation, how many are we looking at no longer having?
That's a good question. I don't know right off the top of my head. I have to think about that. I'm thinking 4 or 5.
So I potentially have 3 or 4 more, 3 to 5 more than we had.
Yes.
Okay,
I think there's 5.
well, as I always say, make sure and keep us abreast of if there is any staffing needs or anything along those lines, so we can do what we can to help out with that as soon as possible. Anything else for Denise? Native American report.
In the middle of our sugar bush right now. So we collected about 60 gallons of sap as of today. We're working with the 3rd grade and then Macy Bentley is bringing out her 8th grade, so it works out perfect. We pair the 8th grade up with 3rd grader and they're all pretty high energy. So it works to put them together. I think tomorrow we're gonna pull out taps and start boiling, hopefully be done by this week, so I don't have to hang out all weekend boiling sap. But we'll see how it goes. And then we had a couple hiccups with our annual powwow. It is our 50th annual,
Wow,
which is huge.
yeah,
So we are gonna work with the Bajiki Culture and Dance Company. They are a group of Native people from kind of around the state who focus on education, sharing what powwows are about, you know, what the dances are. Our teachers have always asked for more information. So we're hoping to provide that. I'm of course nervous about it. We've done it the same way forever. So hopefully it goes well. Hopefully our teachers and our students are able to get some more of that background. The one thing I'm really excited about is they bring their own sound system. The sound system in the gym has always been something we've had to fight with. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to hear what they have to say. But that's gonna be April 16th, 1:30 to 3-ish.
So with that, they'll come in and kind of give like an education presentation, like the
Yeah.
first half hour, and then it'll kind of turn in or out.
I have their proposal, I think, so they will bring a couple dancers, they bring their own drum, then they have their MC. And they do invite any of our students who are in regalia to join them, and then they said they will be doing some of those intertribal dances.
Are we hosting any of the local drums ourselves, or are we just
We
going off
are
of
working
their?
on figuring out how that's gonna work with budget. So the goal would be, yes, to have our local drum here, I just don't know how budget wise it's gonna work.
Well, I would, and I can't speak for them, but I would think with Tanya and the youth center covers most of the other schools
Not always.
nowadays. So,
So it's on the 16th, which is a Thursday.
Oh, Thursday, we don't have school on the following
Okay.
Friday, usually it's Fridays.
It's an in-service that day, isn't it, on that Friday?
It's either in service or no,
Okay.
I'm not sure which ones. But we had it planned for a different date and then Unity had the same date.
Oh.
So there was some issues with,
Yeah,
have any of the other local schools used this?
Webster
sure-
did a couple years ago,
Okay.
and then I believe Unity is using, the same group this year.
This year? Okay. Thank you, Tara.
sounds pretty
that sounds
exciting.
awesome, that there'll be
Yeah.
educate,
Yeah.
education for the adults too.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
always been the goal is just
Yes, I like it.
how do we do that?
Good.
Yeah. Very cool, I like it. All right. Nobody has anything else for Tara? Moving on to the approval of the minutes. Looking for a motion to approve the regular school board meeting minutes for February 23rd, 2026.
I'll second that.
Motion by Kelly, seconded by Jamie. Any discussion?
Yes. Just a couple minor things, under referendum brochure, it just says whole sharing instead of whole grade sharing, so if people haven't heard of that, they might be confused. And then on, later it says it's under D. It says reductions should the referendum not pass. And those reductions, should the referendum not pass, have not actually been finalized. So I believe that should say considerations or
Proposed.
potential reductions.
Help me get where that's.
Yeah, it's on the, it's under D.
Page 3.
New business?
Yeah. New
Referendum,
business.
yeah.
Okay, I'm there. All right, and then where?
It says reduction should the referendum not pass. And prior to that, it says staffing reductions under B, which were voted on individually. The other ones were potential reductions.
Okay, and then what do you want changed there?
I wanted, instead of that bold, to say reduction should the referendum not pass,
Okay,
either considerations of reductions or potential reductions. I don't care, as long as it's clear that those have not been 100% determined.
got it.
Yep. Any other discussion in regards to the minutes? No. All those in favor of approving the minutes with the addition of the grade after whole in the one part and then changing it to possible reductions. Of the school board meeting minutes for February 23rd, 2026. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Looking for a motion to approve the minutes for the committee of the whole, March 16th, 2026.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Motion by Polly, seconded by Katie. Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? On to new business. CISA 11 and shared services for 2026, 2027.
I do have a couple questions on that.
Okay.
When we talked about this at the committee of the whole, I was really focused on the audit stuff and I didn't ask the questions then because it was crazy. Anyway, my questions are on school-based services. It says $76 per Medicaid eligible student. Is that because they do our SBS paperwork? Have they always done our SBS
They've
paperwork?
always done our SPS paper,
So we've always paid them a portion of what we get out of the SBS, basically.
as far as I understand, yes.
Okay. Special ed instructional media center, that the other ones that have tiers like that, there's a level circled and this one there's not. Can you tell me what tier we're at on that?
I think all of my understanding when I looked at the CISA stuff, not to interrupt for admin, I think because it goes by student size, so I think when I was looking, because some of the other ones
We're at the
we're always at
lowest
the
tier, always.
lowest, but yeah, I mean,
I have no
that-
idea.
Okay.
Laura, do you know that?
because I had gone over the CISA
I
book,
mean, I
looking at
can-
I
stuff.
hope we're at the lowest level.
Yeah,
Okay,
so if you guys approve this pending that, then
Yes.
I will look into it.
okay, thank you. And I just noticed it because the other one, like I said, is circled. Supporting students with disabilities network, what exactly is that?
That is it used to be the regional support network. It is if we would need to have somebody come in for training, they're the organizers for a monthly virtual director of special ed meetings. Those kinds of cases. They're the special ed director's connection with state DPI because they go to DPI with things and then bring back information and share with other directors.
The fee is per student, so 1 to 500 students is the lowest tier.
Okay, so that would be that 3,905.
Yep.
Okay, thank you for looking that up, Kate. Okay, those were the questions that I was uncertain of what they were.
They
Thank you.
changed RSN to supporting students
Okay, yeah, and I'm aware of RSN.
just recently.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have.
Okay, any further questions from anyone else in regards to the CISA?
Make a motion to approve the final contract with CISA.
A second.
And then we
Just
can you
pending,
check into.
pending 698. I think that's the number on there.
Yeah, it says in the catalog, it's 1 to 500, but should probably just circle it before we send it in, so.
Well, there was another one I thought that wasn't.
But Kevin, you were gonna see if it would be possible for us to still make changes after the.
Yeah, I do believe we can, and I will follow through on that, but I do
Okay.
believe we can.
I suppose.
At least we have in the past.
Okay. So was there a motion?
Yes, Corey made the motion.
We put in there pending potential changes based on the referendum.
Oh, sure.
Corey, would you be
Yeah.
willing to add that as friendly amendment?
Yep.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
all right, so
Can you just clarify the amendments for me, please?
there's only one amendment technically. It's a friendly amendment of pending that changes are able to be made due to results of the referendum vote.
If necessary, yes.
Yes, if necessary.
Thank you.
So we have a motion by Corey, seconded by Kelly to accept the contract for the CISA 11 shared services for 2026-2027. Pending changes are applicable due to possible referendum vote outcome. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Moving on, we've got retirement, elementary teacher Kathy Cobal.
Make a motion to accept the retirement of elementary teacher Kathy Cobal.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Polly, seconded by Corey. Any discussion?
Since you didn't state this, and I'm assuming since it's a retirement, do we need to also make a note that we are also losing our Facebook coordinator and or any other job responsibilities she has? Because the only thing
Yeah,
that's
you can put
current,
that in- we can put that in.
currently listed is just her retiring, elementary teacher. So is there any other job duties she has prior to the first grade classroom and the Facebook coordinator that we need to make sure we're looking at?
Maybe she's the one. Yeah. Facebook coordinator.
Well, it sounds like she's relocating, so I'm not sure that
I
that'll
know,
work.
but I'm just.
But in the
I'm
past,
just
most staff, if they're,
Right, I think it was, I don't wanna speak for her, I'm thinking it was maybe it's an oversight, I don't know, Carrie, does anyone have any? Do we need to wait on that?
It's just a yearly contract anyway.
Oh, you mean about
The
continuing to do that?
activities. Those are just
Facebook
yearly.
meetings?
Yeah, they're just
Oh,
yearly
okay.
anyway, so
I wouldn't expect.
no.
Okay, I just wanna make sure, just
I can ask
because,
her.
I think we're better off getting it from her in
Yeah,
writing
sure.
that she doesn't wanna entertain any more of those duties as well. If we have to vote on it, so be it. Cause what's before us right now doesn't have any of that language in it, so.
yeah, so I was just making.
So we can accept her retirement, just
Right.
not.
Exactly. Any further discussion? All right, all those, the motion before us is accept the retirement of elementary teacher Kathy Cobal. Motion by Polly, seconded by Corey. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? You will be greatly missed. On to the next, resignation of elementary teacher Shelby Basie.
Make a motion to accept the resignation of elementary teacher Shelby Basie, and with all of them, a huge amount of thanks for the jobs they've done here.
I'll second.
Motion by Polly, seconded by Amy. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? And again, much appreciated. They will be missed. On to the resignation, elementary teacher Jenna Lowe.
Motion to accept the resignation of elementary teacher Jen Blow.
Second.
Motion by Polly, seconded by Corey. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? On to the next. Yes.
One thing in your quote back, I'm sorry I didn't stop you ahead of time, but when you accepted the resignation or the retirement of Kathy Cobal, in your motion, you didn't put anything about following through on her retirement benefit. And she gets
It's in the
That
handbook.
is in the handbook, which obviously
the motion did not say as if, and that's why I was just making
her
sure.
letter did.
Okay, just making sure, just because we had that same issue 4 months ago, so I don't want to happen to somebody else.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize there was an issue with yours.
Well, that's right, you left that thing. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page.
Yeah, redo that motion.
No, we accepted the resignation as is, and it was cited within the resignation.
It just needs to be in the minutes that Lisa has.
I can't hear it.
Doesn't it just need to be in the minutes?
Yeah, we,
It doesn't need to be changed, Lisa.
no, it's, yeah. All right. E got moved to closed. So now on to 12 meeting calendars. Looking ahead, we got a proposed date of April 20th at 5 p.m. for the committee of the whole. Does that work for everyone?
Works for me.
Works for me.
Okay. There's no objections, then it'll be April 20th, 2026 at 5 p.m. Committee of the Whole. And then regular school board meeting proposed is Monday, April 27th, 2026 at 5 p.m. Does anyone have issue with that?
Yeah, but I'm working around it. Cause that's the night that we're gonna have to elect officers, correct? Cause that's the regular meeting, or at that meeting, whenever we hold it, will be when we elect new officers and the new members
Yep.
officially take their
Seats.
yes,
Yep.
okay. So whether we have it on the 27th or whenever, but I'm assuming the 27th works for everyone else, so, well, we don't know who's gonna be, so. I don't know.
If there's no.
Does that work for you, Kelly? Is the 27th work? And Polly, those of us that
Yep.
know we're gonna, I mean, it doesn't work for me, but I'll trying to make it work.
All right, no other objections, then regular school board meeting is scheduled for Monday, April 27th, 2026 at 5 p.m. On to approval of the bills.
I got some questions, Laura.
Well, first, let's get a motion to
Okay, I'll make a
approve.
motion to accept the bills. Whatever.
Motion by Polly, seconded by Corey. Now on to any discussion.
Okay, what's the EO of Johnson Company?
That is for our,
Printers.
Okay. Man Central Spring Election.
that is for ballot.
Okay. EduTrack LLC license.
That is for the cloud for
Oh, what? The cloud.
the cloud for all the.
The server.
Yeah.
Where they have to enter their,
Oh,
like the equivalent of Skyward to
okay,
you.
okay, it's the system, the management system. we use. Got it, okay. Foster and Foster actuary study.
So every year we have to have an actuary study done.
Okay, I don't really know what that is.
EPI required actuary.
I don't really know what an actuary is. Oh,
It's,
I
I
should
mean, I
Google
do.
it? Okay.
but, so I report to them all of like retirement. Benefits, I guess you would say, like whatever's in our handbook I sent to them.
Okay.
So then they figure out like dollar amount wise. I'll bring it.
Compiles and analyzes statistics and uses them to calculate insurance risks and premiums.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hadn't seen it on there before and it was over 5,000, so I was like, huh? I have a question based on Siren Bus Company, because this always freaks me out. How is our bus company contract divided? Is it by the number of routes we have? Or what is it by?
It's just an agreed upon amount that we did a 3-year contract with them.
Okay.
So every month we pay, and that monthly fee includes all the busing.
Right,
For
right.
school, so
And some
many.
field trips and all, I get that.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if it was, like, if we reduced our bus routes, would it go down?
No.
And
Not
what year
right
of the,
now.
no,
Flat rate.
okay, what year of our contract are we on?
2.
Year 2?
I think so, right? You just brought it.
We-
You
yeah,
just
It
brought
runs
it.
from 23 to 28.
Oh, is it?
Oh, it was a 5-year.
Oh, is it 4 then or 3? I don't know.
No,
We're on
we're
2.
23
It
to 20.
runs from 2023 to 2028.
Okay,
We're year 3. Okay, we're in the, I was thinking it was a 3-year contract.
But I mean, it is just a contract with a private company, so if we wanted to reduce
yes.
routes, that's something I'm sure we could go to them and say, could we
Can we
adjust?
put that on committee of the whole for April?
And routes are Siren Bus.
I know, it's terrible,
You're
but
stuck in a contract. It doesn't matter if you change your routes or not. A contract is a
But if,
contract.
but if
it's
he's
written in
willing
the
to
contract,
redo
maybe
it.
if gas goes.
But we're not
over
gonna know
5,000.
if we
Okay.
can do it or not. We're not gonna know what students we have for next year. We're not gonna change it for 1 month this year. What difference is it gonna make? Like, so I think maybe it's something we do this summer. I mean, the thing is we have no idea how many students we're gonna have this fall. Do you really want them to go about changing the bus route
No,
for
I just
1
wanna,
month?
no. I just wanna talk about that contract and think of maybe some potentials. I don't have any
Well, I
thought
think,
that we're
yeah,
gonna change it this year. And if you wanna wait till summer, that's fine, but I don't know. I think if we're gonna propose to maybe negotiate based on the number of students between 2023 even
I wonder,
now.
why don't,
I think if we're locked in a contract until 2028, we can't negotiate or do anything until 2028 when we know what students.
You can
need.
mutually agree to. I'm not saying that we
can,
would
but
be. I'm saying
No.
maybe we could talk about it. If not, whatever. I think that maybe it's something we could look at. I think $51,000 a month is a lot, and I would like to maybe look at that.
I mean, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of options, but no, I mean, I don't think
Right.
it hurts to ask them, but maybe May, because we don't know what's gonna happen with the
That's fine.
referendum. I'm just wondering like how much
Right.
of April
Yeah,
meetings we're
I
gonna
mean,
have to.
2028's down the line. So
That is
if it's
right.
not for committee of the whole in April, we can look at it later.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I mean, just make a note that we make sure
Yeah.
we, but yeah, I don't think it'd hurt to circle back with the Siren Bus Company. Like I said before, I mean, I can't speak for them, but I feel like if they could cut out one of our bus routes, they probably would be, because they're usually short bus drive, or they've been short bus drivers in the past. So I feel like the way our buses, where our families lay out, that I don't think that they could, but again, maybe that's something we talk to them about, like this fall, if,
Right.
stuff changes,
So the
Right,
is there
yeah,
a
I hope so.
negotiation?
I just think we need to start being a lot more forward thinking on what we can do. And if we see the strategic plan and there's something in there about how we can do that, that would be great. But I think we need to be more forward thinking than, oh, we're stuck in this till 2028. So I would like at some point to have a discussion about it.
I think you'd have to get the parents involved as well, because potentially some of the kids could be getting home an hour later if you're taking some bus routes away.
I'm not suggesting taking anything away. I'm suggesting that we talk about it.
I was just going off of what Jamie was saying, but if we reduce the bus route, parents.
But there might
Well,
be
that's why
other
we should talk about it.
considerations to make within a contract. It's just, all it is talking about it.
Exactly.
Well, I think it's something we may need to, since we're already bringing it up in my mind too, that like, we don't know what's gonna happen with the referendum. Right now, our bus companies are picking up open enrolled students, which I'm all for, which is great. But if we're gonna have to make cuts, maybe that's something that we need to look at cutting, that maybe we're not driving to pick up, our bus company's not picking up open enrolled students, that needs to go on to those parents. So again, this is all stuff that we need to discuss.
I agree.
We need to be looking at, especially after this, I mean, what happens after the 7th? I mean, that's why I feel like we're just gonna need to wait. And I think the meeting of the 7th is gonna, or after the 7th is really gonna be us trying to figure out, you know, if it passes, awesome. If it doesn't pass, what else are we gonna need to do? And I would hope that the bus company would, you know, understand where our situation potentially may be and look at doing, you know, let's hope it passes and we don't have to look to do any more thing drastic. But until that happens, we all just need to keep working together to see what we can do.
What is my directive?
And it doesn't have to be in April if people think there's too much going on right now, but I would like it.
May count?
Sure.
Yeah, make out.
That would be great. Thank you. Village of Siren hours.
That's for the Title IV. So we pay the Village of Siren.
What's Title
It's
IV?
for the police department.
Oh, it's the police one. Okay, I think it's been listed as police before or something. Okay, and then my final one, and this might be a Jamie question. I see that we had a student take general chemistry. Do we not offer general chemistry?
They took it for a college credit.
Okay, so that's the difference, is they could have taken it here, but they wanted the college credit, so they took it that way.
Do
Got
we
it.
have to offer?
If we had
have
an
to
AP, that
provide-
would have been different.
No, it's still not the same, but we
It's
have, we have to provide up to 18 college credits per student if they're eligible.
Yes, I knew that, but I wondered if they
And AP
specifically
doesn't
took
count.
that one because
So they took.
scheduling or something, but I get it.
No,
Thank
because
you.
they were in mine and then they switched to get the college credit.
Perfect.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
can they take both? Could they take like yours junior year and then take the college one senior year to get
Could.
those?
Mhm.
Okay, just, I mean, I figure they could, but just clearing that, okay.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Holly, how much was the one, I'm trying to find out, how much was the one for Title IV? What was the cost?
1,000.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Any further discussion in regards to the approval of the bills? We have a motion by Polly, seconded by Corey to approve the bills for the cycle of 2/21/2026 to 3/20/2026. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Items for board signature. You've got the CISA one that the board already voted on. And now I'm looking for a motion to convene in a closed session under Wisconsin State Statute 19.851 CEFG to consider employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercise responsibility. Considerations of financial, medical, social, or personal information, and to confer with legal counsel who is rendering oral or written advice.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Corey, seconded by Jamie. In this closed session, we will be discussing the resignation of a middle school, high school teacher, which falls under C and F. The retirement, potential retirement of a high school teacher, which also falls under C and F. And the hiring of a baseball assistant coach, which also potentially falls under C and F. Any discussion in regards to those? Is Brian coming?
He's last, so he wouldn't be here for the first discussions, so he'll be in the hallway
Okay.
and we'll have to go get him.
Just making sure he was
I don't
on
know if
deck.
He's out there, but I told John that he's supposed to be out there,
Yeah.
and I text Brian saying, wait in the hallway and we'll come get you.
All right then, Corey, take the roll, please.
Polly.
Yes.
Corey, yes. Katie.
Yes.